Hi guys, and welcome to Werewolves Within. Yes, this is a virtual reality game based on the very popular werewolves concept. I was going to say franchise, but it isn't really, is it? It's huge. Like, we have Town of Salem, we have the Mafia mod from StarCraft 2, which quite a lot of people would know it as, and we also have a very popular series of board games, including things like Werewolves One Night from a variety of different publishers. So when I was told that this virtual reality game was going to be available to play at the UB Lounge, I was very, very excited, because between this and Star Trek virtual reality, I might actually buy a Vive or something. Like, these are the two games that I've probably been waiting for. Now, I'm not going to go into proper depth about each of the roles, because it is a little bit complicated and it is a little bit overwhelming for someone who doesn't know anything about it. But if you are at all interested in learning more about this game in terms of the finer details of like what each role does, then do go and check out the link in the video description. To briefly summarise what this game is all about, you want to try and find out who the werewolves are before the timer runs out and night draws in, because then the werewolves are going to eat everyone in the village. Now, it's not as simple as that. The werewolves are sort of throwing their own spanner in the works. They're trying to lie their way into convincing the village that they are the good guys and trying to pass the blame on to someone else in the circle. There are also a few different roles within the village itself which kind of aid the village but also can hinder the village. So, for example, the deviant can only win if he or she is killed, but they're on the village's side, so they basically want to draw all the attention away from the werewolves, and that can, cause problems. It can cause some fantastic arguments as well, which the game is really, really good at demonstrating. There's a few subtle movements you can make. Well, I say subtle, they're not subtle at all. You could stand up and deliver a monologue if you want. There is also various D-pad movements which allow you to point to people, point to yourself, cross your arms, and so forth. And the game will also take your speech and lip sync it to your character, whilst also listening to your tone and volume of your voice. So the more passionate you get about your argument, the more your character will start to wave their arms around, which is really, really cool, to the point that it was almost quite spooky in places, because you came out of it again and you kind of forgot that people were people and they were their characters. So it's really very well done. I was so impressed by that. You could do random matchmaking or with friends. So just imagine random matchmaking with a load of people with virtual reality and being able to communicate by voice. It could be the best thing ever, to the point that I may do a video series on it if people are at all interested. Alongside those D-pad movements, you're also able to lean across and whisper with the person next to you if they choose to lean as well. You get locked into this sort of one-on-one conversation with microphones, and you can share information that no one else can hear. It also allows certain roles to be able to learn certain things. For example, if you are a village tracker and you lean, you can hear if there is a werewolf on one side of them because you can hear growling. So you'll lean one way or another and be able to pinpoint them. So that's just a basic example of how that works. The game has some absolutely beautiful settings, including inside like a frozen castle, around a Romani campfire, and then also within the village itself. And all of them in 3D are amazing. I got a little bit of vertigo on the castle one because you're literally sitting around a giant hole in the floor, and I looked down and went, whoa. But otherwise, absolutely breathtaking. There was bits where I could turn entirely round on myself and go, that's amazing, like there's a castle in the distance, what the hell is that? And then they were like, oh, we're going to go there in a minute. I was like, what? So all of that stuff's absolutely amazing. It just could be the most hilarious video series ever, because you're going to meet some people that really, really want to RP it, and some people that really want to take the piss. So I am super excited for this, coming out later this year in fall, aka autumn. And yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, there's so much more to it. There's so many extra little things. There's a little like book that you use, and like, all your little roles do special things, and the suspicions and stuff like that you can build up via investigating them, and then you will end up having some sort of argument. So It's basically werewolves. So if you have a virtual reality headset, I think this is coming to all virtual reality headsets. As I said, go and check the video description for a link to the website. It looks fucking amazing. So yeah, do go and check it out. Super excited. I think you could probably expect content from me as well. So thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying all the E3 content, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.